Hey guys, what's up? I wanted to talk today about self-love, the importance of self-love. We're going to get into the topic of 3 things that are very important when it comes to really learning how to love yourself. Even me, I still battle with some of this, like my chair is sliding down. I still battle with some of these things because I believe when it comes to work, you always have to keep working on yourself. When you have to help yourself evolve into who you want to become, it's a constant work. My name is Daylon. Welcome to my channel. And on this channel, I teach people how to head back to midpoint. So I like to call this the 3 V's. Only because, they all start with a V. Nothing special. All right. The first thing I want to talk about is values. Like values. How do you value yourself? Do you value yourself? Do you understand the importance of valuing yourself? When it comes to self-love, I think value is very important because we go through things in our past lives, in our young adult lives, in our childhood lives that are affecting us in our adult lives, in relationships with ourselves as well as relationships with others, right? And if you don't have a sense of value, people tend to take advantage of you. Like I remember I was in a relationship, I was always giving, and it would seem like it's people pleasing. And when I really started to learn a lot more about people pleasing, I realized, oh, maybe that is people pleasing. When I thought I was just being genuinely kind and being genuinely myself. We all know how that goes. We already know. Whenever you're giving too much, it's almost like you're chasing. And if there's a chaser, there's also a runner, right? So you don't want to be that type of person where you end up feeling like you have to run after someone, chase after someone. It's just not fun. And it's only because you're trying to be your genuine self, which is to give, but now you have to learn how to apply some type of discernment. You never want to chase anybody. You never want to try to give them your love. If they don't want it, they don't want it. And you also don't want to be smothering to anybody. So it's almost very important to know how much of your energy you're giving out, having the discernment of how much you're giving and receiving, and knowing your value and the relationships that you're coming, knowing your value and what you're bringing to your relationships and knowing the value of what you're receiving from your relationships. Knowing who you are is very important. How you value yourself is really going to dictate your relationships and the amount of love that you have for yourself. All right, number two is visualization. Pretty much envisioning yourself. I think they kind of go hand in hand with value, but I really wanted to separate the two. When you visualize yourself, what do you see? How do you see yourself? How do you look? How do you feel? How do you speak? How do you express yourself? All of these things will be predicated on how you believe you look and how you want to look, how you want to present yourself, right? If you're not receiving the things from the outside that you want, it's probably because you're not expressing yourself the way that you want to express yourself. You're not presenting yourself the way that you want to present yourself. So it's good to do visualization techniques that I just literally started maybe the past 2 years. And it's been phenomenal. It's been phenomenal. I've been doing visualization from longer than that. And I've been manifesting things. But I literally didn't know that's what I was really doing. Even though that's what it is. But I didn't know I had to focus on it. Focusing tools such as visualization is extremely important when it comes to how you love yourself, because loving yourself is not just about getting your nails done, looking good, having all those things are great too. Don't get me wrong. I love to have my nails done and stuff like that, but that's more like self-care. Self-care is actually under self-love. Self-care is not self-love. Self-care is just a representation of how you love yourself. One of the facets of how you love yourself. So with that being said, self-love, when you start to visualize what it is that you want for yourself, this is when you actually could sit down and really write what your values are, the things that you appreciate, who you are, the things that you like to do, the things that you like to focus on. That way, you develop such a relationship, a deep, strong relationship with yourself. Going back to midpoint, right? Midpoint is our center selves. And if you can envision yourself standing in your own ground, holding your own fort, knowing who you are because you love yourself. This is how you love yourself. I'm not deviating from who I am. I know what I offer. I know my value. I know what it is I look like, what I want to say, how I'm expressing myself. And we make mistakes, and that's okay. You definitely want to own up to that. But you're so strong within yourself, no one can really move you from your mark. All right? Visualization really helps a lot when it comes to how you want to present yourself. Doing some visualization techniques for myself, I've seen how much I've improved when it comes to my character and even my drive to start doing more videos, to start pushing today's wellness, and to start pushing what it is my purpose is here to do. Video creating, all of these things, you know, talking about love, talking about relationships, talking about health, holistic health, talking about herbs and doing sacrocranial massages or Reiki, doing tarot cards, all of these things that I'm interested in. These are the things that are really cultivating who I am and how I want to present myself. But it's also been such a benefit when I started to visualize myself doing these things every day. I'm actually starting to do them. So it's so important to talk to yourself, to know that your energy, you're literally just energy. Like, I consider myself like dust of energy moving everywhere, trapped in this body that I chose, that I love and adore, to do whatever it is that I want to do. All right? Visualization. Definitely one of the best tools that you could ever find in your life. All right, number three, vulnerability. Remember I told you it was 3 V's. So the first one is value, visualization, vulnerability. Vulnerability, I'm not gonna lie, I'm still working through that, okay? But I see how it has transformed my relationships with my partner, other people in my life, as well as the relationship with myself. Listen, being vulnerable is hard. I'm not even gonna front. Being vulnerable is hard because you've been hurt before, and it's kind of like you're playing those kind of like tapes in your mind of not trying to get hurt, but you know, you're really just holding yourself back from greatness. You're holding yourself back from really being expansive and allowing yourself to shine and allowing that door to be open for goodness to come to you, right? We're always gonna have opportunities where we get to grow, and unfortunately sometimes it may be through a painful experience. And to be transparent, I don't even really want to say unfortunately, because it really should be fortunately. You know, the experiences that we go through that are painful help us to grow. They stretch us. They allow us to become better, to be wiser, to be more discerning, to be more compassionate. And the only reason why it's painful is only because after the event, we hold on to it. We hold on to it. Now, granted, I remember when people used to say, whenever you go through something, you know, cry, do what you got to do for a day or two. But then right after, move on. Move on. Let it go. And it's hard to let it go because you're like, I don't want this to happen again. But that mere thinking of you thinking that it's going to happen again, or you don't want it to happen again, you're attracting that. Trust me. I'm experiencing that in my life right now. And I could be vulnerable enough to let you guys know that, because I literally am releasing this. It's released. It's gone. It's done. It's gone, because with knowledge and awareness, I know that I am energy, and there's nothing tangible to hold on to. Anything I hold on, it's kind of like trying to put water in a cup. It's either going to evaporate or it's going to turn into mud. A whole bunch of stuff is going to be in there, whatever. Even if there's like a river and it puddles over by a tree, it's going to turn into mud. It's stagnant. And you know, anything that's dead does not move. And knowing that I'm energy, I get to let my body and let the energy express itself and move freely by not holding on to anything. So when I'm vulnerable and I'm honest about how I feel, I express myself and I release the fear of being left alone. I release the fear of losing out or missing out or losing someone or, you know, coming off wrong. As long as I'm honest and my intentions are pure with love, the way that I express myself with vulnerability, I can literally get whatever I want. You become a lot more vulnerable with yourself, with others, with your relationships, partnerships, anyone around you, whoever you're working with, your family, your friends, and more importantly, of course, with yourself. You open yourself up to have the experiences that allow you to grow and become a better person, become a more positive vibration You know, you start to become more in alignment with the things that you say you want for yourself, and even better, that the divine, that the universe believes is best for you. Okay, so three things: value, visualization, and vulnerability. Start working on those things. I hope this video brought you a lot of value. Okay, I hope it really helped you out. I'm actually offering a new course called 7 Keys to Self-Love. If you want to chat about it, I'll put a Calendly link below in the description. You can just book up an appointment. It's July 14th. You don't want to miss that. I'm so excited. It's a small group of people, about 25 people, so seating is very limited, only because I really want to focus and, you know, have a great conversation. My partner and I, we're going to do some dope tools. It's going to be fun. It's going to be, you know, real practical. We have some great strategies. I said do some dope tools, my bad. We have some great strategies and tools to actually help us through anxiety. If you ever feel like you're not expressing yourself well, like we're from Haiti, so we grow up in a family where we're always being told, go to school, do this, be that, and, you know, forgetting what we want to do. Or if it was something that we want to do, we were shunned. And it's almost like when the people-pleasing thing comes in, when people are telling you what to do, and if you don't do it, now you're not the person that they want you to be. You're a bad person. You're a bad guy. You know what I mean? You're the black sheep. And we want to work through that and break those molds, break those traumas, because they're really affecting us as we grow into high vibrational beings. So if you want to really be able to express yourself, work through anxiety, people don't like to claim depression, but everybody goes through it. I've been through it, you know, where I'm down, I'm not motivated, I don't know what to do, my mind is scattered, and, you know, I'm not thinking about my past successes. I'm just thinking about being a failure right now. And you could always change who you are right now. Right now. Like yesterday was yesterday. Yesterday is already a memory. 3 hours ago is already a memory. You could always change who you are right now. All right, so if you're definitely interested, just call me up in the Calendly link, book the time and date, and I'll call you. I'll speak to you a little bit more about the course. And if it's for you, definitely I would love for you to join. It's, again, limited seats only. And thank you again for watching this video. Remember, 3 values. I mean, yeah, 3 values actually. 3 valuable things that you get to do for yourself when it comes to self-love is become more valuable to yourself. Know your values. All right, know your values. Visualize yourself. How you want to be, who you want to be, how do you express yourself, how do you want to feel every day in your partnerships, in yourself, by yourself, with someone or without. And I said values, visualization, and vulnerability. Don't be afraid to express yourself. Don't be afraid to express your truth, because that's what's helping you to align with you, who should be in your life or not. And it might be painful. You might realize that somebody that you do want to be in your life may not be after you've become vulnerable with them, but that's fine. You were true to yourself. You spoke the truth. If there's anything they have to work on, that's for them to work on. And perhaps they're just not meant to be with you right now. Maybe later you guys can reconvene. But I'm not someone that knows it all, but I am someone who's done a lot of work. When it came to self-development, I've been doing a lot of work. I've read a lot of books. I'm talking about Louise Hay, Bruce Lipton. I'm listening to Alan Watts. I'm reading the Tao Te Ching, Napoleon Hill, Eckhart Tolle, Louise, like so many people I've learned from. So I got to really implement a lot of the things that I had to implement within myself. And I had to stop the video because I had to cry. That's me being vulnerable. I had to cry and release. And when you have the knowledge, it's easier to release. When you have the knowledge, it's so easy to release, because you know exactly what it is you get to release. You guys can do mirror work, you can do whatever you want. We get to talk about all of this in the course. So if you resonate with this message, hit up that link and let's chat. If you haven't yet, you guys will learn very quickly that you will continue to have to keep doing the work. It's a continuation, but there's levels to this. So just because you think it's a continuation, as long as you're alive, you're still going to have to do the work. And I remember my past videos, if you guys got a chance to watch it, I always used to say that you're not going to know everything until you transcend. And it's only because now when you're really out of this form, you don't have to hold on to anything that is attached to this body, because this body on this plane makes it very easy to hold on to emotions. Emotions is just your energy in motion. And if it's low vibrating emotions, it's going to solidify here in this body. It's going to show itself up in your organs. All right? Your emotions are going to be up and down. So you get to do this work for yourself. This is not for me, although it is actually. I'm promoting this because this is my work. This is my life's work, and I'm honored. So follow, like, subscribe.